So before we get this video started, I highly recommend you go watch my previous tutorial because that will help you a lot. If you're watching this now, you will have no idea on how to actually sparrow fly. Unless you've had previous experience before with sparrow flying, then you should be fine. But there will be a link on the screen right now to take you to that video, so if you want to go learn how to normally sparrow fly, here's the link. Okay, so you want to learn how to infinity fly, obviously, because you clicked on this fucking video. But there will be some recommendations. Firstly, you will need to know how to fucking sparrow fly. Second of all, you will need a sparrow that has to have the destabilizer perk. If you don't have a sparrow with that, you will not be able to sparrow fly. And that's pretty much it. As long as you've had experience with sparrow flying before and have the destabilizer perk, you can sparrow fly for an infinite amount of time. Now usually I would never recommend this, but since you're wanting to learn on how to infinity fly, this will be a good starting point for you. So all we're going to be doing is the basic infinity fly, where you jump off your sparrow and then jump back on it. So pretty much all you're doing is dashing 4 to 6 times, jumping off your sparrow, then respawning another sparrow, dashing another 4 to 6 times. For this on Xbox, all you're doing is holding down RT, and then pressing RB and LB. And for PlayStation, all you're doing is holding down R2, and pressing R1 and L1. Now the reason I recommend not sparrow flying this way is because of 2 reasons. One, you can kill yourself by constantly landing on your sparrow and just taking full damage on it. And 2, you tend to lose a lot of momentum. So if you're trying to, I don't know, cross the Hellmouth or something, you might lose a lot of momentum and then you'll have to infinity fly from there. You can get your momentum back up, but it's just a lot more difficult doing it this way. Plus, once you get used to the new technique that I'll be showing you, it will just be a lot easier. Now after you've mastered doing the jump off, all you're going to do is an extra step onto that and let yourself fall. And now this is where the infinity fly actually begins. So all you're doing is a simple 4 to 6 dashes, and then after those 4 to 6 dashes you're just going to let yourself fall. The buttons I'll be pressing on Xbox is holding down RT and then pressing RB and LB, and PlayStation R2 and then pressing R1 and L1. So I'm going to slow this next clip down just so you can get an understanding on how this infinity fly works. I will have buttons on the screen to show you what I'll be pressing on Xbox and PlayStation 4, just so it's a bit easier for you. In other words, all I'm doing is side dashing as soon as I'm facing sideways. But yeah, it's just about timing and keeping your balance with the sparrow. And also some speed factors into it. If you're a bit too slow, you'll just fall straight to the ground. After you've mastered the basic infinity fly of just hovering on the spot, you can now do it while moving forward and backwards. Moving forward and backwards is just a tiny tad bit harder, but all you're doing is tilting your sparrow a tiny bit forward, and if you want to move backwards, you want to just tilt it a little bit back. In other words, while holding RT or R2, all you want to do is tap your left stick forward to move forward, of course, like a tiny bit. You don't want to do it too much, otherwise you'll just go too far forward and lose full control. And while going backwards, you want to tap it a bit more than what you did while moving forward. But again, you don't want to do it too much, otherwise you'll lose full control of your sparrow. Here is an idea on what buttons I press while moving forwards and backwards. Reminder, you won't be moving forwards or backwards extremely fast. This is just a slow moving pace. That will be coming up in another tutorial with Speed Sparrow Fly. This is just a basic infinity fly. But if you want to challenge yourself, you can face yourself more forward or backwards if you want to get more speed. Don't forget, I will be making a Speedy Sparrow Fly tutorial. Finally, we're going to come to the last part of this tutorial, which is dashing sideways while still staying up in the air for an infinite amount of time. This is definitely the hardest to perform, but at the same time it's definitely the most rewarding. This uses a lot less energy and you get more speed out of it, whilst using a lot less energy than you'd normally use. The only difference with this than to the previous infinity fly I was showing you is that all I'm doing is timing my dashes more sideways instead of directly upwards. In other words, I am diagonally side dashing upwards instead of directly side dashing upwards. So on the screen there will be 2 PNG pictures of a sparrow. One is the normal infinity fly which I showed you at the beginning of the video, and the other one is what I'm doing now, the diagonal infinity fly. Note how that on the left side with the normal infinity fly, it is more like facing upwards or sideways, however you want to say it. With the other infinity fly though, you can notice that it's facing more diagonal than straight up. This is so that you can still go up high enough to stay away from the death barriers, like what I'm doing on screen right now, whilst being able to move left and right at decent speed. Like a 2-for-1 deal. Anyway, here is a slow-mo clip of the diagonal infinity fly. This will take time to master, just saying, like all the other infinity flies, but you will eventually master it if you keep trying at it. As per usual, all I'm doing is holding RT and pressing RB and LB, and on PlayStation all I'm doing is holding down R2 and pressing R1 and L1. But yeah, that is how I personally infinity fly. If you have any other ways, that is completely fine, but this is how I infinity fly. But anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Please comment if you need a hand with anything. I'm happy to help if you need it. Again, thanks for watching.